If you've been using ChatGPT to write your Instagram captions and call it a day, you're not even scratching the surface. In this episode, I'm sharing the 5 most unexpected ways I use ChatGPT to make more money with my digital products, and I guarantee you haven't tried some of these. No fluff, just real prompts, real strategies, and real revenue. Because ChatGPT isn't here to replace you. It's here to help you work smarter, faster, and way more efficiently. Welcome back to the Empowered Business Podcast. I am so excited you're here for another week all about AI and digital products. And I think today's episode, you're going to learn some really cool things that you may not have thought about in terms of using ChatGPT to leverage more sales of your digital products. So first, let's start with some tough love. If ChatGPT has ever given you bland, boring, robotic copy, it's not ChatGPT's fault, it's your prompt. Think of it like this. You hired a super smart intern who has no clue how your business works or how you sound. If you don't onboard them, you can't expect magic. This is so true. AI isn't the creative one. You are. AI is your strategy assistant. It just helps you move faster, but it's only as good as the prompts and the inputs that you give it. Here is an example prompt. You are my brand copywriter. Study the following tone: bold, direct, results-driven, slightly sassy, expert-led. Avoid fluff, get to the point. My brand challenges people to take action, but also empowers them. Here's a sample of my voice, and you're going to insert as many things as possible that really capture the essence of how you speak in your brand. So think sales page copy, emails that you've written, podcasts that you've done. For us, we do monthly coffee chats with our membership students. I upload those into ChatGPT because that's really when you're getting me off the cuff and truly my real voice comes out. We have a new product in the Empowered Shop called Teach Your AI to Think Like You. It's only $9 and it teaches you how to train ChatGPT to really understand your brand voice. And I definitely suggest you go and pick that up. I'll link to it in the show notes because everything we're going to talk about today, again, is only going to be helpful to you if you spend the time to educate your ChatGPT on your brand voice. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about the number one way that we use ChatGPT that's a little bit outside of the box and not always talked about all that often. And that is what I like to call the Objection Crusher Matrix. Most people just slap an FAQ on their sales page and call it a day. But objections are your biggest opportunity to close the sale if you actually use them. And I've known this for years. When we send what we call when we're launching, if we're launching over like a week period, we send what I call an objection email. And basically, it's asking people to reply with what's holding them back from taking the leap into whatever program we're selling. We have a high close rate on these. So people are more than willing to tell you when they have a problem or an objection or something stopping them from taking action. And I would respond personally to every single one of these emails, and I have a very high close rate to 80 to 90%. If someone responds to our objection email, I can close them to 80 to 90%. So for years, I have been very aware of how important it is to overcome objections. And that is true on your sales page as well. As a matter of fact, I'd argue that's the most important because why even make them have to email you if you can overcome their objections before they even get to the checkout page? So here's a prompt. I'm selling a $47 Canva template pack for course creators. What are 10 common objections someone might have about buying this product? For each objection, write a short rebuttal, a testimonial idea to counter it, and a bonus that would make the objection irrelevant. So let's talk about why this prompt works. First, it writes your objection section. Then it gives you bonus stack ideas, and it helps you choose the right testimonial, not just random nice words. And I have to say, as someone who has received hundreds, if not thousands, of amazing testimonials from previous students in our various courses and programs, we use testimonials, of course, throughout our business. And as I started to use ChatGPT, and I would feed it, like let's say I was writing a sales page for the digital shop experience. As I'm writing that copy and prompting ChatGPT to help me, I was feeding it our testimonials that we were receiving. And the way it would reword the testimonials to make the sale even more compelling honestly blew my mind. So I'm going to give you a few examples of this. One of the testimonials and this is how it reads on our sales page. It says, in January 2023, I joined the digital shop experience. I completely redesigned my WooCommerce shop. I was able to implement a lot of what Monica taught during the experience inside my WooCommerce shop. Because of the hard work I did in the early part of 2023, I've really been able to take a step back in my business, and it's still generating a significant amount of passive income for us. It's been amazing, and I'm so grateful to Monica and everything I've learned from her. She's brilliant. And that's from Carrie, and her shop is Clutter Keeper. So ChatGPT came back to me and says, Carrie's testimonial is an absolute powerhouse for passive income plus flexibility. And then it summarizes in quick bullet points, 3x revenue growth, clear, tangible financial success, works even on WooCommerce, proves your strategies aren't just limited to Shopify. Long-term passive income. She put in the work once and is now reaping the benefits without constant effort. Freedom-focused messaging. I've been able to take a step back and my business still generates income. Then it says how you can use this. 1, sales page section. Your shop should work for you even when you step away. 2, objection handling email. Will this work for me if I'm not on Shopify? Carrie's story proves it does. And then it goes on to give me all these other ideas. Social post, ad copy. So I then asked it to rewrite Carrie's testimonial for the sales page. And I asked it to rewrite the testimonial from the perspective of overcoming the objection that you have to use Shopify to be successful in the digital shop experience. Because one of the hardest things for me to articulate about that program is that it is very strategy-based. It is not limited to Shopify. And so because of the fact that ChatGPT is now educated on this program and all the testimonials, and I've been feeding it all the objections that I have had from students over the years, it is able to give me much more compelling copy for the sales page. Okay, on to number 2. And this one's kind of interesting because I have talked a lot in the past about pre-selling. We have pre-sold lots of our large courses before I ever created a single lesson in them and made tens of thousands of dollars. We even have a program all about this on how to pre-sell just using a Google Doc. It's called Painless Pre-selling. You can get that in the Empowered Shop as well. I decided, what if we pre-sell to AI instead? Okay, so let's talk about this. Raise your hand if you have ever spent weeks building something, launched it, and then crickets. Let's stop doing that. Here is a prompt you can use. Act as a focus group of 5 digital product buyers. I'm considering launching a $25 digital workbook to help creators plan a profitable flash sale. Give me reactions to this idea from a beginner, a burnout creator, a service provider thinking about digital products, a course creator, someone who's bought from me before. So basically, we gave it 5 different personas for this digital product. Then I say, include what each person likes, what questions they have, and what would make it a no-brainer for them to buy. Now, why this works? It's because it tells you how to position the offer before you build it. Bonus, you'll know exactly what to say on your sales page. In the Empowered Shop right now, we are in the process of launching 20 new products in the year 2025. That is a lot of new products. And with the help of AI now, we are able to cut out so much of the legwork to figure out what people need and how to position it by using prompts just like the one I just gave you. All right, number 3. And this one I love as well because I have been in online business for a long time. And I used to definitely pay closer attention to my competition than I do now. Now, I don't let competition get to me. In the past, it did sometimes. I mean, we're human, right? And sometimes I guess I was worried about becoming irrelevant. But the more I grow as a business owner, the more I realize that I am unique. My business is unique. And competition's not going to impede me from being successful. That being said, I do think it's still important to have a pulse on competition. And so it's nice now that ChatGPT, with the help of AI, can do that for us. So number 3 is analyze what your competitors are doing so you can stand out. So yes, confession, it's true. I don't have time to stalk my competitor's sales page, but ChatGPT, it lives for this kind of stuff. And especially if you train your ChatGPT to be sassy like mine is, it definitely loves to give information on competitors when I prompt it to do. So here's a prompt you can use. Here are 3 sales pages from digital product creators in my niche. You're going to insert the URLs, or you can just copy snippets from their sales pages. Analyze each one and tell me what they're doing well, which pain points they're hitting, what copy angles or benefits they're missing, and how I can position a competing product to stand out. Now, I go above and beyond to make sure that everything that comes out of us is unique. So I would actually take it a step further and ask it to define for me how I stand out from them. What differentiates me from my competition? How can I further differentiate myself from the competition based on everything you know about me and my products? And why this works? Because you're going to walk away with a list of exact angles to use that they're not just different, you're smarter. All right, number 4. And I have been talking about this concept for a very long time. I teach it in the digital shop experience, but we're going to give it a little bit of a spin, of course. And number 4 is dynamic bundling, which equals what I love, instant revenue. So if you have more than 5 products in your shop, or you sell more than 5 products in your business, and you're not bundling them, you are absolutely leaving money on the table, just period. So here's a prompt. Here's a list of 10 products from my shop. List the product names and what each does. For each one, tell me 2 natural pairings, a bundle name, a 2 to 3 sentence description in my brand voice, the transformation it provides, 1 bonus I can add to increase perceived value. So we have, I think, 13 products now in the Redefining Mom shop, whereas historically, most of our products have been budget focused, and then we hadn't released new products in a very long time under that brand, and now we're relaunching it. So we do have a budgeting bundle, but we also have a lot of home management products, and I never considered bundling them together. So I used this prompt for that, and it came back with some really cool bundle ideas that I never would have thought of. So why this prompt works? Because this isn't just about throwing stuff together. It gives you a story behind the bundle, and what do stories do? They sell. Completing the enhancements to the Empowered Business Lab AI. And the third pillar of that is funnels that scale. So I am deep into the content creation on this as we speak. And one of the 3 funnels I teach includes an optional upsell. Now, I've been teaching sales funnels for a very long time, and I am very aware that for some reason, a lot of people struggle with an upsell. And an upsell is essentially just the natural next step for your customer to take. But sometimes I think we can get in our own way. So number 5 is let ChatGPT create a high converting upsell offer using your customer's last purchase. So think about this. Most creators think upsells are just add more stuff, and they really aren't. A strategic upsell is built on what your customer just bought and what they're most likely to want next. But what is the thing they want next? So this is not a generic upsell builder. It's like giving ChatGPT access to your customer's brain mid-checkout. So here's your prompt. A customer just bought a $27 mini course called How to Write Your First Digital Product Sales Page. Using this info, create an upsell offer that feels like a natural next step, solves their next most likely problem, costs between $47 and $97, includes a bonus to increase urgency, is written in the empowered business tone, so bold, direct, strategic, with a little sass. And the outputs I'm looking for are a product name, a 3-sentence pitch, button copy, because that's very important, and 2 urgency-based headlines. Listen, I am the first to admit that the one thing I have definitely fallen down on in our funnels historically has been the upsell. I am great at getting the upfront purchase. I am great at the order bump. I am great at getting repeat buyers to my shop. But for some reason, we don't do a whole lot of upselling in the business, which is silly, right? Now with the help of ChatGPT, I am all about my upsells. Everything is going to have an upsell on both sides of the business, in the Empowered shop and for the Redefining Mom shop. All right, so let's do a quick recap. These are the 5 most unexpected money-making ways that I use ChatGPT in my digital product business. 1, I crush objections before they cost me the sale. 2, I test product ideas before I spend weeks building. 3, I reverse engineer what's working in my niche to stand out. 4, I build bundles that tell a story and make people buy more. 5, I create upsells based on what the customer just bought so the yes feels effortless. And I don't do any of it manually. ChatGPT does the heavy lifting because I've trained it to sound like me, think like me, and strategize like the CEO that I am. And if you want your ChatGPT to do the same for you, don't forget to pick up our very reasonably priced guide, Teach Your AI to Think Like You, in the Empowered shop. Also, we do have a free resource for you. We created a new guide called The Ultimate Lazy Genius Hack for Digital Products. It is 10 plus AI-powered prompts to refine your digital product idea in minutes, outline and structure it without second guessing, and highlight key selling points to make it irresistible. You can head on over to empoweredbusiness.co/lazy to get your free guide of AI prompts. These are the exact prompts that we actually use right now to create our digital products for the Redefining Mom brand. We will see you back here next week. And of course, we would love it if you would follow and leave a review. That definitely helps us to get seen in the algorithm again, since we were on a hiatus for a little bit of time. Thank you so much for tuning in.